Morocco. I couldn't believe my eyes. This country has gone from a developing nation to one of the most advanced countries in Africa. Morocco has been quietly reshaping its future, from high-speed trains to green energy, large automobile manufacturing industry to advanced port infrastructure, and in 2023 it became the most visited country in Africa, tallying with Egypt and attracting north of 14 million visitors.
I've never seen this much people.
Morocco will stage the 2025 edition of the Africa Cup of Nations.
In 2025, Morocco will host the AFCON Games, and in 2030 would co-host the FIFA World Cup. This speaks so much about this northern African country. Over the next few days, I'll be traveling through 4 different cities in Morocco, exploring what really makes them unique, but more importantly, finding answers as to why this country seems to be way ahead of other African countries. As a renowned tourist destination, I'll also be exploring some of the best tourist attractions and show you how you can plan yourself an exciting itinerary if you're thinking of visiting Morocco. I would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, and please give this video a like so more people can see this awesome story. My adventure here in Morocco starts off from Casablanca, Morocco's biggest city and the economic capital.
Okay. Alright.
Accommodation here isn't so expensive, and you can trace it to the fact that Casablanca isn't a touristic city.
I'm just going to be in Casablanca for 2 nights.
However, I was told of a neighborhood called the Casa Finance City, where property prices can go through the roof. And in 2024, it was the most popular neighborhood for real estate in the Moroccan industrial city of Casablanca.
We are at Casa Finance City, right here in Casablanca. I'm very much impressed by the development I'm seeing right here in Morocco. You guys are not going to understand. And if I say Morocco is one of the most developed countries in Africa as a whole, I don't think anybody can deny that fact, man.
If you're looking for a 2-bedroom apartment, they probably will cost you around $300,000. You know, it's the regional hub for businesses who are looking to set up their headquarters in Casablanca or in Morocco.
Casablanca is located on Morocco's Atlantic coast with a population north of 4 million. This city is where young Moroccans come to seek their fortunes, where business and creative industry prosper. Morocco is the largest manufacturer of automobile in Africa, beating South Africa that was previously on the #1 spot.
2.5 million vehicles have been produced here since 2012.
Most of that manufacturing happens here in Casablanca Somarca facility, one of the biggest automobile manufacturing factory in all of Africa. It looks like the future of automotive manufacturing for markets in Africa, Europe and North America will be made in Morocco, and they're produced here in Casablanca. As I drove through Casablanca, the French colonial architectural style couldn't go unnoticed. Before independence in 1956, Morocco was a French protectorate, while Spain controlled the northern region of Morocco. That is why cities like Tétouan still speak Spanish, while majority of Moroccans will speak French and then Arabic.
So behind me is the biggest mosque in Morocco and the second biggest in Africa.
The Hassan II Mosque, at 9,000 square meters, it was Africa's largest mosque and the 5th largest in the world, but lost that title to Algeria just recently.
And then at the top, there's a laser that points east. So if you come here at night, you'd see a green laser pointing east.
Mecca is located east of Casablanca, and that explains why. The mosque is built predominantly over the Atlantic Ocean, and it's one of the many tourist hotspots in Morocco.
It's open to tourists, but at the moment I think it's closed for prayers. If you want to visit, you probably have to get here in the daytime, probably between 10 and 4 p.m.
I am fascinated about how well organized and developed the public transportation in Morocco is.
I'm very impressed actually with the public transportation system here.
As a matter of fact, after a decade of construction and planning, in 2018 Morocco launched its high-speed train called the Al Bora.
Morocco has inaugurated Africa's fastest train. The train will have Traveling time between the commercial and industrial hubs of Casablanca and Tangier. The journey between the two cities will now take around 2 hours only.
The train travels on a dedicated high-speed line and reaches speed of up to 320 kilometers or 109 miles per hour.
The high-speed line was completed at a total cost of $2.4 billion and took 7 years to construct.
If you're looking to explore different cities in Morocco, there is no better way than by train. So to experience this firsthand, I decided to hop on a train to the touristic city of Marrakesh. But I had to do a quick stop at the capital city of Morocco. After a 1-hour train ride, I arrived at Rabat.
Welcome to Rabat.
Morocco's capital rests along the shores of the Atlantic Ocean. On arriving in Rabat, I couldn't help but marvel how developed, clean and well organized this side of Morocco is.
You see how developed it is? It's clean, it's serene. The grasses are well manicured. The sun is good. And there are like several tunnels, flyovers.
Oh, by the way, this tunnel runs underneath the Kasbah.
And right there is the tallest building in Africa, right there.
The Mohammed VI Tower is the third highest building in Africa at 55 stories. Rabat is known for its landmark that speaks to its Islamic and French colonial heritage, like the Hassan Tower, a building you almost cannot miss. It's a minaret of an incomplete mosque commissioned near the end of the 12th century.
This is the mausoleum. It's actually a tomb where the past king, Mohammed V, was buried with 2 of his sons.
I wasn't allowed to film inside the tomb. The interior looks expensive and it is manned by the king's guard. I only wondered why a big building like this serves as a tomb and why the guards are still protecting a corpse.
You want to give me flour? Huh? Free?
Bye.
Oh, I thought she wants to give me flowers. No, like, I was about to say nobody give men flowers and a random person was just going to give me flowers. That would have been the cutest thing ever though.
So it is then time to visit the popular city known by so many people, Marrakesh.
Alright, so this is going to be my apartment for the next 6 days here in Marrakesh. Let's look around. So this is the living room just here, and behind me is the kitchen. I don't plan on doing any cooking at my stay here. I like the interior design. It looks pretty. So this is the room, what it looks like. So 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. It has an open kitchen in the dining, a living room, internet, in a very nice neighborhood. But one thing I don't like about Marrakesh already is like the temperature here seems to be very hot. 40. So if you're in Marrakesh, I think I can get like a good deal with the owner for you. You can book this place and stay. So you're going to find all the details in my travel guide. Link in the description of this video.
Marrakesh is known for its early morning hot air balloon experience, and of course I wanted to try it out. So the next morning I was picked up by 4:30 to the launch point, which was about half an hour drive from Marrakesh towards the rising mountain.
So just setting up the balloons right now.
Before I soared high over the timeless Agafi Desert, I was welcomed with a coffee. It was then time to take off, and in a few minutes we're high up in the sky, just right in time when the sun started to rise. I have flown a hot air balloon in Tanzania and Egypt, but there was just something very special about this flight here in Marrakesh, and now I understand why I was advised not to miss this experience. After a ride, I got to refill with the Berber's breakfast here in a traditional Moroccan setting.
So we have musaman,
Mosamen.
some kind of bread,
Yeah.
and yeah, Moroccan bread. I have banana, jam, and olives. And then you have orange juice
Would
and
this satisfy
the
you?
Moroccan tea. No.
You need akara.
I ended that morning by riding quad bikes in the Agafi Desert. It was nice. On my travel guide, I will share details about how you can book this experience and how much it costs. FYI, for most of you that don't know, I do have a travel guide PDF I made after traveling 15 days in 4 cities exploring Morocco. Traveling to a new country where you don't know anyone and don't have a fat wallet to splurge can be difficult. A lot of people ask me how I travel to these places, meet people, and get things for cheap. To answer all of these questions, inside my travel guide PDF, you'd find contact of the tour operators I use and the personal tour guides like the one you see in my videos that would help you plan your trip and get things for cheap like I did. You'd also find accommodation options, how to book the trains, the best areas to visit in each city, the best time to visit, and the strategy you can use to get cheap deals. But more importantly, I would suggest a perfect itinerary you can just copy so you don't have to spend days scrolling on Expedia or TripAdvisor looking for a perfect Moroccan itinerary. Look at the description section of this video to download the travel guide, and of course, the first 20 persons will get it for free if you use this coupon code.
So, arriving in Marrakech, the first thing that you're going to notice is all the colors of the buildings, they are all the same.
Marrakech is known as the Red City because of the color of its building. This is the first thing you would notice here other than the high temperature of 45 degrees. So get ready to drink plenty of water. The buildings in Marrakech are painted in red ochre and even the local taxes to match the color of the surrounding land, also giving the city a distinctive hue.
Most of the buildings are painted in this reddish, brownish color.
Yeah, just like which you can see all of this, yeah.
Sorry, most of the buildings you find in Casablanca are white.
Yeah.
I think that's also where the name is derived, Casablanca, which is white house, kind of.
Yeah.
To learn more about Marrakech, there are a few places of interest I needed to visit.
So we are at the Madrasa Ben Youssef.
The first impression entering this structure is that of magnificent. The colors, the light, the richness of the details and materials used for the decoration of this Quranic school, which at the time was the largest in North Africa.
This place served as an intellectual hub for students from different parts of the world to come learn things about Islam, science, art. Today it's a cultural site in Morocco that attracts a lot of tourists every day.
So what you're going to find very common, especially in the architectural design here in Morocco, are the repeating patterns that you're going to see on the wall. You're going to find such inscription and architectural style in most buildings here in Morocco, and it's very interesting to see like they are preserving their native way of designing buildings, which is something that I feel a lot of African countries should imitate, rather than looking too modern, right? And we should just learn from Morocco, learn from the way that they are reserving and preserving all of these things native to them. It's just very beautiful. Look at the patterns, a mix of like white, brown. It's beautiful, guys.
A few steps inside the chaotic and buzzing Medina, you'd find the secret garden of Marrakech.
But the secret garden was built in the 16th century from the Sultan Moulay Abdullah.
It used to be a riad that was abandoned, and then it was renovated, into this beautiful space.
So he built this riad just like to relax, quiet place. That's the meaning of the riad.
A riad is, a traditional Moroccan home with a garden. And it's usually owned by, merchants, traders, people from maybe the royal families as well. The trees, the plants, the fruits shows you what a typical riad looks like in the Moroccan, society.
So how many people visit here a day? Any average number?
Sometimes like 5,000, sometimes 6,000 person in the day.
6,000 persons just come to look at the garden.
Yeah.
Guys, come on, man.
But the garden with history, my friend.
As we walked around, we noticed a huge square. I was told it changes its face as the hours goes by. It is silent in the morning and very busy at night.
You want big one?
No.
Bro, what if this snake just bite you now?
It's a garden snake, so
it's
harmless.
It's harmless, eh?
They can bite, but they don't have venom.
That's definitely not gonna be me. No, I'm not putting that thing on my body. No. Guys, we are right here at the Jamelfna Square in Marrakech. It is crazy. A lot of people. You have magicians trying to perform. You have storytellers. You have also like people selling art and craft. restaurant, local market, and also the snake charmers as well. Like, yo, it's a whole entertainment ground. You're gonna find like little circles, and there's usually like a performance happening on there. So I'm just gonna go see what it's all about, get entertained, get some drink, and just enjoy the nightlife here in Marrakesh.
This place actually has an interesting history because from what I heard, it used to be an execution square, but then like over time, you know, it transformed, and now you have people performing, people telling stories, snake charmers, musicians, all of that, all of them here at night. Not just that, you also have like, you know, people selling food, selling, you know, items, whatever you want to buy, you probably would find here.
There are a couple of places I visited on a day trip from Marrakesh, and I will suggest the same for you as well. The first was to Orica Valley, which is a beautiful valley in Morocco that's a popular day trip option from Marrakesh, located on the foothill of the High Atlas mountain. Here I learnt about how the traditional Beba people live. This is the traditional refrigerator.
This is like a refrigerator for them, like a local one. Can I touch one of the drinks? Okay, it's cold. Yeah, it's cold.
The cool water comes from top of the mountain, and the locals utilize it to chill their drinks. It surprisingly works.
So how long to make something like this?
1 day.
1 day to make this?
Yeah.
I hiked up the mountains and we got to the waterfall, and I was shocked at how many people came here to experience this as well. Orica Valley is known for its breathtaking scenery, the traditional Bebas village, and many waterfalls. The second day, I embarked on a trip to Ait Benadoud, located in the foothill of the southern slope of the High Atlas in the province of Ouarzazate. The province of Ouarzazate houses the Noor Ouarzazate power plant. At 510 megawatts, this is the world's largest concentrated solar power plant that cost $9 billion to build. Renewable energy is big business for Morocco. The country has the capacity to produce 37% of its power from renewable energy, and it is targeting 52% by 2030. And much of that comes from here, Noor Ouarzazate. It is spread out over 3,000 acres, the equivalent of 300 football fields. But what brought me here to Ouarzazate is to visit Ait Benadoud's impressive scar, which stands at the foot of the cliff and evoke a sense of having traveled back in time, a striking example of Southern Moroccan architecture.
So we're walking closer to Ait Benadoud.
So the village you see, it's very old. It's from 11th century.
Wow.
Like 1,100 years.
A key to Ait Benadoud's importance is that it is a very popular stop to the route of traders traveling between Marrakesh and the Sahara, transporting gold, silver, and spice. One of the great features of Ait Benadoud's scar, which made it a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1987, is a standard of preservation and authenticity. The buildings, for example, have been maintained using original materials.
Everything you see in old village, like the materials, it just comes from mud, because tradition of mud, they have something very important, like cheaper for work. Second, and mud, they have good climate. They make like good climate, like isolation. Like in summer, they make cold. In winter, they make different. Just problem for this material for family. Every 1 year or like 2 years, 3 years, lot of renovated restoration. Why? Because there is big problem from rain. So there is a lot of rain, so that means so a lot of work, a lot of renovated.
Ait Benadoud architecture provides a perfect set for films and TV series. It is now part of the history of cinema, both as a backdrop and a character in many hugely successful Hollywood films.
One of the most significant is the numbers of movies that have featured this village.
This location has been featured in Gladiator, Game of Thrones, The Mummy, and 20 other famous movies too exhaustive to mention.
And there in the river, in this place in the river, in 2012, there people use for Game of Thrones.
Oh,
if you see Game of Thrones, it's for season 3, Khaleesi with the dragon. And the first gladiator in this place, and also and the second gladiator in same place. It's with the actor with Denzel Washington. And last 3 months ago, there is another movie, but it's like series. It's Outer Banks.
Outer Banks.
Yeah, Outer Banks, like number 4.
Climbing the staircase. Yo, the stairs are not easy. How many steps?
A lot of fun.
You don't know, but,
I don't,
but the steps were created by
Okay.
UNESCO World Heritage
Yeah.
for tourists, because before it used to be quite difficult to
Yeah,
climb.
difficult, yeah.
So now there's a lot of stairs. I'm not sure if you can see very well, Well, right there you're going to have, this is the new village of Al Benadu, but we're standing at the old village. So a lot of people have left the old village to the new village because life here is a little bit difficult. No electricity, no water, you know, no cooling system. So I think it's majorly a tourist destination now with just 5 families living here.
My name Mahjoub.
Where are you from?
Ait bin Haddo. Yeah, I was born in Old Village.
If you're a fan of moving picture, a few kilometers you would find the Atlas Film Studio in Orzazat. Some of the big blockbusters have been filmed here too.
Wow, feels surreal to be actually where all of these movies are made, man. Like, it's crazy. Everything here is staged, like from A to Z, all staged. And when they show you the movie, you think it's like a real place, but it's not real. It's staged. Look at this.
And this is a marketplace in Adventure of Aladdin, Moses, Moroccan movies, Arabic movies. Is a marketplace here.
Atlas Studio in Morocco has some of the diverse locations within its studio walls. In just steps, you can go from feeling like you're in ancient Egypt to a Buddhist temple. This area has become a very popular choice for Hollywood, starting from the Lawrence of the Arabian in 1992, and since then it has been used for movies and TV shows like The Gladiator, The Mummy, and Prison Break. The studio is one of the largest in the world at over 300,000 square feet. Its popularity comes from its reliable climate that can mimic variety of countries. Till today it is still used as a film set, and I was very privileged to come here. As my adventure ended in Marrakesh, I decided to visit the coastal city of Tangier. The first thing you should know about Tangier is it is the closest point to Europe, just 14 kilometers away.
Just direct in front of you, over there you see Spain. Today is a little bit foggy, we cannot see clear, but if it was clear weather we can see directly Spain from there. 14 kilometers away. So for people who are in Spain and they want to visit Tangier or something, there is a ferry.
Actually, at night, you can even see lights coming in from Europe. A lot of immigrants will travel here to Tangier to get into raft boats and sneak illegally into Europe. Most immigrants don't make it across alive, and I just wept for all the bodies that has been swallowed by this ocean.
Unfortunately, some stupid people, they think that they are more stronger than the sea. But
the sea is stronger than them. But I mean, just right there, I don't know if you guys can see but Spain. So if there was a road, it's going to take you like 14 minutes to get to Spain.
14 minutes, yeah, 20 minutes maximum you're there.
Morocco is now a gateway to international market, home to 22 shipping ports and the largest port here in Tangier, called Tangier Med. It handles over 100 million tons of cargo in a single year, and that includes hundreds of thousands of cars produced in Morocco. After 1 hour 30 minutes drive from Tangier, I made it to the blue village of Chefchaouen, built on a mountainside and a bucket list destination for me.
So welcome guys to the blue city, the blue village of Chefchaouen.
Chefchaouen is a city with a special vibe. With its blue rains houses, the whole city seems to be bathed in bright light blue rays.
Why is it blue? Is it like everybody decided to paint their houses blue?
It had a lot of Jewish people. The Jewish was living in Spain and they were refugees and they came to this village.
Oh, okay.
And the blue color for the Judaism, for the Jewish religion is something very spiritual and something very valuable. And with time they discovered that the blue color in this in this weather, in the summertime, is making the houses from inside cooler. Also the blue color is kicking off all the mosquitoes.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Mosquitoes don't like blue color.
Doesn't like blue color. Content creators, influencers, famous people, they discovered this place. They came over here. They shoot. They do a lot of social media things and Instagram and everything. It's become very popular. The people in here is very easy going, very simple. They don't have big needs like other countries.
How many people right now live in Chefchaouen?
Around like 450,000.
I learned that the local government still gives out paintbrushes to locals each spring to help keep the town's look blue.
Everything here is blue, like I'm in front of someone's house.
There are several restaurants, shops and hotels. They even got rental apartment for tourists that want to spend a few nights here.
You know what's the average price of like if you want to rent?
Like rent for a night?
Yeah.
So depends. It starts from like $30,
$30 up to $100.
200, 150. Depends how many people. It depends if the property is big or not.
Yeah.
On my way back, I passed through the city of Tétouan, nicknamed the White Dove of the Mediterranean Sea.
Welcome to Tétouan, guys. All the city is painted in a white color.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it was under Spanish colony for a long time. And this bird, what you see over there, this is a symbol of a freedom.
More than half the population here speaks Spanish because it was a Spain colony before independence.
When people come here to Tétouan, what are the things that they can do?
It's very famous by the summertime.
Yeah,
by the beaches,
they go to the
beaches,
beach. Yeah, a lot of water activities here.
Water activities, jet ski, boats,
yeah,
kayak, banana boats, things like this.
Why would local people prefer to live here in Tétouan and not Marrakesh or Casablanca or Rabat?
Easy answer, because Marrakesh doesn't have a beach.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the weather in Marrakesh is not the same weather here in Tétouan or Tangier.
Yeah,
it's very different. We have here Mediterranean weather, so you can never get boring from.
Right.
Also, it's healthy.
Why are the buildings painted white here?
Why? The white building is coming also from the symbol of freedom, because it has two colors, the green and the white. And as you see over there, all the building is painted in green and white. Not only white, but green and white, symbol of freedom.
Now understand why the beach is packed and full with a lot of people. This is the beach capital of Morocco.
Everybody's up there in their bikinis, but for me, I'm just here to see, to explore, take some photos. I've never seen this much people in the beach, man. Like, I just wanted to show you guys what you can do if you come here to Tétouan and you're in search of activities to do. Actually, you can rent yourself, like you can do kayaking, you can get a jet ski. There are a lot of like aquatic activities. You can even do the group tours. I think they're going to take you on a boat. And for the ballers out there, you can rent yourself a yacht, go on, like, I don't know, a sunset or sunrise cruise or whatever. But it seems like this is where it's going down.
You see a lot of luxurious yachts and boats and everything, and those yachts are private, but in the summertime their owners, they give them for rent to make a business. So if you want, for example, to go for day trip, it costs you like $3,000 US. Also, we have this apartment over here, beach apartments. If you come to spend the weekend or the summer or something, you must pay minimum like $350 US for a night.
Yeah.
Also, you have everything close to you: the beach, the water sports, activities, everything you think about. The restaurants, the coffees, shops, all what you need is over here. So like you are in paradise.
So we're at the point right now where the Mediterranean Sea and the Atlantic meets together, and it's just right behind the rock. So you can see like a lot of people come here to see that.
I spent the rest of my time in Tangier visiting several areas like the Medina and the Grand Soko.
In here we call it the Kasbah. The Kasbah is a Berber word, because here in Morocco we are divided by the Arabs and the Berber people.
This is the whole map of the whole area.
This is the whole map, and in here, if you see the gray thing, this is the narrow streets.
Oh, right.
So the narrow street, which is making any Medina here in Morocco like a maze. If you don't have a tour guide, you get lost.
A lot of local people live here, right?
Yeah, 20,000 local people
20,
live here.
20,000 local people.
Then foreigners, which is they come to do kind of Airbnb businesses, hotels. Local people, they are living over here. Like those businesses, we call them family businesses. You find the owner living upstairs, and he has a shop
down.
He closes whenever he wants. Even people are here are very satisfied. They are not needy like other countries. They need villas, and they born over here, they die over here, and they feel very, very comfortable from what they have and everything.
My name is Hafid. I play music in the streets. My Instagram is Hafid W Selma.
Yeah.
And I also drove through a neighborhood where the king lived, and you can see how beautiful it looks, like you're in California. After spending 15 days in Morocco learning about the history, the economy of the country, I'm already planning another trip. This country has one of the richest of cultures that I have seen. Their native architecture is still very much reserved in the country. The friendliness of people cannot go unnoticed, and the rapid development is fast making this country my most favorite African country. Please visit Morocco, and when you do, please download my travel guide. The link is in the description section below. Until the next episode, I'll see you guys soon.